Love our new song, Death Roll. It's just like so ignorantly heavy, just it feels ridiculous to play every night. Where if kids haven't heard it or people haven't heard our band, I feel like I can just picture them being like, what is this? Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Chris, and I play bass in Wage War. Just off the top of my head, and maybe my answer would be different tomorrow, but I would go Seosin's self-titled record. That was one of the first records that really got me into music, into like this kind of music with like heavier riffs, but super catchy vocals. That was one early on, like one of the first records I remember buying at the store. It basically stayed in my parents' car all the time. Homesick by Day to Remember is definitely a huge one for me. When I turned 16, I got my driver's license. That was the first record I listened to in the car. My first drive by myself. So that one's got a special place in my heart. Pretty much any John Mayer record, I think I could fit into the top 3 there as well. Like early on, I guess it was like Continuum. Paradise Valley recently is probably the one that gets spun the most by me. But me and my wife absolutely love John Mayer. That was one of like our first kind of like musical love connections we made. So that one's got a special place in my heart. Top 3 foods. I'm going to have to go number 1, Mexican food. Number 2 would probably be Italian food. And number 3 is probably just your general American, like barbecue type foods, having a hot dog, hamburger, all that kind of good stuff. Top 3 video games. As of recently, I would say I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty, like Warzone, probably the last couple of years. The new Halo I've been playing quite a bit, but I probably would go, if I was to actually pick a real game, like Halo 3 back in the day, Halo 2. Those are like some of the first like shooter games that I ever really played that got me into like the online gaming type community. If I'm basing it off of this tour, Mario Kart, I'm going to throw up there because we definitely get competitive on the bus with some Mario Kart. That or like Super Smash Brothers. I really love Circle the Drain. That's been getting like a lot of radio love for us lately. That was a song like as soon as it was done, I like really, really love it. I feel like chorus, super catchy chorus. I love the musical break in the middle. So I put that there. Love our new song, Death Roll. It's just like so ignorantly heavy, just it feels ridiculous to play every night. Where if kids haven't heard it or people haven't heard our band, I feel like I can just picture them being like, what is this? What else would I throw in there? I probably would throw Stitch in there just because I feel like that was our first song that really kind of popped off for us or just became like a staple of our set. That's one every night we play it. Like no matter how the show is going, usually we get to Stitch and you're like, all right, if people haven't been going hard yet, like now is the time. So those would be my top 3: Circle the Drain, Death Roll, Stitch. All right, I'm gonna go Ernie Ball. Shout out to Ernie Ball, who gives me my basses. We play Ernie Ball strings as well, so I feel obligated. I gotta give them some love here. And just like general brands, I would say like Nike, Adidas. I think I need to throw Vans in there as well. I wear Vans on stage every single night. Pretty much always am rocking a pair of Vans. So, yeah, that'd be my top 3. Definitely playing video games when I'm at home. Lately, me and a lot of my friends have been playing this game called pickleball. It's kind of like tennis, but also kind of like ping pong. It's like life-size ping pong, basically. But we've been playing a lot of that at home. There's actually a basketball court, or they have like a basketball hoop set up like just to my right inside the venue today. So we've been playing some of that. And going to the beach, like going fishing, any kind of like water, outdoor activity.
Be water, my friend. Like that.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna throw my dad in this one. Just brought him up in the last one, but learned a ton from him. He's definitely given me all of the dad joke training that I have. I feel like I've learned a lot from him just about like overcoming adversity, like doing what's right for you. And he's like a huge supporter of our band and what we do. So I'd throw him in there. I'm just gonna put you straight in the fields, but I'll put my grandfather in there. He passed away like a year and a half ago. He's probably favorite family member I've had. Just one of the funniest people ever. He was a musician, played the piano. He played like the guitar, was a great singer and all that. So he definitely inspired me and always was checking in on us when we were on tour, with just like what we're up to. You know, he was a musician and he played shows, but he never got to tour. So he was kind of living vicariously through me. And let's see who we throwing up here. I'm just going to keep it in my family. I'm gonna put my brother in there. I tell people all the time, just great citizen, great person. He's like definitely the kind of person anyone would do good looking up to. And he's overcome a lot of adversity in his life and kind of been through a bunch of stuff that I think me or plenty of other people would have given up over. So I'd say those three guys, and I feel lucky to have them in my family. I went to Bamboozle, which was a festival that they had in New York. It was at the Giant Stadium, and I think that was when I was in high school sometime, probably almost too young for my parents to be letting me just go fly with my friends to go to a festival. But that one they had, it was, if you've seen that, like When We Were Young festival that everyone has been posting about, not quite like that size lineup, but it definitely had a ton of bands like that. Like it was like Lil Wayne, A Day to Remember. There was Insane Clown Posse, Motley Crue. There was this band that I love called I Am the Avalanche, or The Movie Life. Like they brought back some bands that hadn't really been playing shows together, you know, just huge festival. But that was probably one of my favorites, just flying to New York with my friends from Florida, just feeling like a bro trip. We're going to go watch all the bands I love. So that would be one. Let's see. We just played Rockville in Daytona, and Metallica was headlining that show. And that was the first time we had pyro at our show, which you feel like a god. So that's gotta be in my top there as well. I'll put this just for, like family value, I guess, but I went and saw Bruce Springsteen with my mom and my dad, when I was a kid. And hadn't really listened to Bruce Springsteen, but I remember like a week or two before I knew we were going, I was listening to a ton just because I wanted to know the lyrics, you know, and have a good time with my dad. So we went and watched, and I think it was their first tour since their saxophone player had passed away. And they had this moment of like silence for the song. He's got like a big sax solo on, and they turned all the lights on. Everyone stopped playing. Like as soon as it got to that part, and the crowd literally just cheered as loud as you could imagine for like 2 minutes straight, basically. And then they went back in the song, and it was just one of those, like, I don't know, like, I didn't really have an emotional connection to Bruce Springsteen or any of the members, but it like makes you feel so emotional. You know, you can just feel that in the room. So I would definitely put that one up there.